Hello students of 7th standard, we have started the lesson that is nothing but lesson number 4 from your science textbook, that is nutrition in the living organisms. Now today we are going to see a new topic, a new point, that is nothing but see insectivorous plants. We have seen how some plants feed upon the insects to obtain the nutrients. Means see, there are some, you can say, plants which feed upon the insects to obtain their nutrients. These insectivorous plants, whenever you see, these insectivorous plants generally grow in soil or water. So what does this do? These insectivorous plants, they generally grow in soil or you can say water. Water deficient in nitrogen compounds. So they grow in a soil or in a water which is deficient of the nitrogen compounds. The plant body of the Drosera burmoni has a flower-like appearance. Whenever you see the plant, whichever is called as a Drosera burmoni, has a flower-like appearance. It grows close to the ground. Whenever you see, it grows very close to the ground. Its leaves are attractively pink or red in color. Whenever you see the leaves of it, they are attractively pink or red in color, and they are having hairs at the margin. What does this tell here? It's whenever you see the Drosera burmoni plant, it is like a flower-like appearance and it grows close to the ground. Its leaves are attractively pink or red in color with hairs at the margin. They are having the hairs at the margin. The droplets of sticky substances are found at the tips of the hair. So what are found? The droplets of the sticky substance, means there is a sticky substance which is found at the tips of the hairs which attracts the insects. The scientist Johannes Burman identified this plant in Sri Lanka in 1737. This plant was identified by scientist Johannes Burman in 1737 and it was found out in Sri Lanka. So hence the plant is named after him. Then see next one, saprophytic plant. The plants which obtain food from the dead and decaying bodies of other organisms are called saprophytic plants. What does this tell us here? The plants which obtain the food from the dead, or you can say decaying bodies of other organisms, are called as a saprophytic plants. Various types of fungi like mushroom and yeast are saprophytes. So what does this tell us? That there are various types of fungi. For example, you can say mushroom and yeast, they are nothing but the saprophytes. Fungi secrete digestive enzymes on dead remains to digest or break down the carbon compounds. See what does this tell us? That fungi secretes the digestive enzymes on dead remains to digest or break down the carbon compounds. To break down the carbon compounds, they are having the digestive enzymes. The resulting solution is absorbed to obtain the nutrients. See once again I will tell you. See here, insectivorous plants. We have seen how some plants feed upon the insect to obtain the nutrients. Means there are some, you can say, plants which feed upon the insects to obtain their nutrients. These types of plants are called as insectivorous plants. These insectivorous plants generally grow in soil, or you can say they grow in an water which is deficient in a nitrogen compound. Plant body of the Drosera burmoni is, or it It is like a flower-like appearance. It has a flower-like appearance. It grows close to the ground. It grows very close to the ground. Its leaves are attractively, you can say pink or red in color, and they are having hairs at the margin. Droplets of sticky substances found at tips of the hairs, they attract the insect. The scientist Johannes Burman identified this plant. He identified this plant in Sri Lanka in 1737, and this plant was named after him. Hence, this plant was named after him. Next comes the saprophytic plant. The plant which obtains the food from the dead and decaying bodies of other organisms are called as a saprophytic plants. Various types of fungi like mushroom and yeast, they are nothing but the saprophytes. Fungi secrete digestive enzymes on dead remains to digest the breakdown of the, you can say, carbon compounds they contain. The resulting solution is absorbed to obtain the nutrients. Now see in your textbook what does it tells us. See here, always remember, food gets spoiled due to some fungi. The food is getting spoiled due to some fungi. Some fungi cause disease or illness, while some fungi have medicinal properties. Some fungi are causing us illness, but there are some fungi which are helpful in the medicinal, you can say, properties, or they are having a medicinal properties. Yeast and some mushrooms are useful. Yeast and mushrooms are useful. Yeast is useful in fermentation process for making the bread. We can make the bread with the help of the yeast. Mushrooms are rich source of iron and vitamins. You see that mushrooms are nothing but they are the rich source of irons and vitamins. See the next table from your textbook. Role of nutrients and effects of their deficiency on the plants. First nutrient is nitrogen. What is the function? See there. Important component of protein, chlorophyll and cytoplasm. See there. What is the effect of deficiency? Retarded or stunted growth. The plant may not grow in a particular height, or you can say yellowing of the leaves. That may also be the effect of deficiency of the nitrogen. Next comes the phosphorus. Phosphorus' function is conversion of light energy into chemical energy. What happens due to the deficiency of the phosphorus, that you have to see. That is nothing but early leaf fall. The leaf may fall early, very early, in early stage, or there may be late flowering. The flowering may be late, or you can say slow growth of the roots. These are the effects of the deficiency of the phosphorus. Next comes the potassium. Potassium is necessary for the metabolic activities. See, potassium is necessary for the metabolic activities. Then see deficiency, effects of deficiency. Weak stem, wilting of leaves, failure to produce carbohydrates. These are nothing but the effects of deficiency of the potassium. Next comes the magnesium. Production of chlorophyll is the function of the magnesium. What is the effect of deficiency? See there. Slow or retarded growth of the plant, then yellowing of the leaves. That may be the effects of the deficiency of magnesium. Next comes the iron. Production of chlorophyll is the most useful function of the iron. Then see effects of deficiency, yellowing of leaves. Then see magnesium. Production of main plant hormones is the function of the magnesium, and effects of deficiency are retarded growth, or you can say spotted leaves. Then comes the zinc. The function of the zinc is production of hormones and their intermediates. Then the effect of the deficiency is retarded growth, or you can say yellowing of leaves. The next point is nutrition in the animals. Now see, as the human beings need the nutrition, similarly the animals also need the nutrition for their growth, or you can say for their development. Then see, nutrients are necessary for the various activities of the body obtained from the food. Why does the nutrients are very essential? Because they are useful for the growth and development of the body. Then see, they are supplied whenever we eat the nutrients. They are supplied to the various parts of the body, and there the growth happens. Then see how they are supplied to the body. They are supplied via blood through the body. Then see, the food that we consume did not mix with the blood as it is. Whenever we are getting the food or whenever we are eating the food, it does not mix as it is. We have to break it down, and then that means the complex food material is broken down into simpler form, and then it is mixed into the blood. It needs to convert. So whenever we eat the nutrients, we have to convert it into the soluble form. That is, and then only it can be easily mixed with the blood. So nutrition in animal involves various types. They are nothing but ingestion and egestion.